I am ZW, and in this video I will be showing you how I made Bulbasaur, Charmander and Squirtle, but in eggs. And throughout this video you will see why this will probably be the last time we make a Pokemon video. I love Pokemon, as in playing Pokemon. Creating them, not so much. Well, let's get started. Eggs because it's Easter, and eggs because I think Togepi is cute. This is a low resolution game model that you can get readily from the net. Just Google it. We want Togepi, but not really, just the shell. So squeeze that little creature out of its home and leave the egg behind. Now we need a Charmander. Similarly, you can Google it, but we will make it unique by modifying it to sit. First by masking his bottom half, but just the feet. We then invert the mask, and this way only the feet will move, like so. I wanted to make him Togepi style with his arms popping out of the eggshell, but it looked too elongated, so we're just going to leave it as is. Moving his arms out of the way so that they don't get cut by the sharp edges of the egg, which shouldn't be sharp in the first place because it won't get printed without proper thickness. Now, that's pretty much how you can combine various models into your own version. What's left is up to you. I want my flames to look a bit more flamey by pulling out some sharp flame thingies, then carving in some lines to make it more realistic. Now we need to detail our Charmander, starting with his tummy. Just a few strokes, or rather, too goddamn many strokes of trying to draw a full circle without stopping, and we can do it again for the bottom of the feet. This time it's okay to split it all up since it doesn't need to be connected. But let's be honest, no one cares about the feet. What people don't care even more is the bottom of the tail. Well, me at least, because it's facing the bottom anyway. But we are going to add in those details, okay, relax. For the eyes, we can apply the actual eye texture to act as a guide. Just draw in the lines accordingly and restart as many times as you like, you crazy perfectionist. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. And you guessed it, same goes for the other eyes. Except I chose the winking eye, which is absolutely a creative choice and not because I got a bit lazy. I mean, come on, it's just 4 lines, right? And Easter egg Charmander is done, but his egg looks a bit sad, so I decided to cheer it up with some fire. I wanted to add the symbols all over the egg, kinda like the random shapes on a Pokemon egg. Then I remembered that I will have to paint all of them afterwards, so you know, we went for the winking eye approach and did just one, right in the center. Next, Squirtle. How do you say it? I actually call it Squirtle as a kid, but I've heard people call it Squirtle, so you guys probably have your own pronunciation. Keeping up with the theme of being efficient. Okay, let's not be negative. We are efficient. Just stealing the egg from Charmander so that we don't have to do it all over again. Opening Squirtle's mouth a little so that he squirt some water. Just wanted to give him some personality. That's why we are going to turn his head. Adjust his little limbs, forcefully twisting them to my liking. Don't worry, they don't feel pain. And it's time to add the turtle shell details, even though you probably won't see most of it because of the egg. But the back shell is slightly more revealed, which makes me a little happier to detail those. As for his eyes, I mean, Squirtle has a gang, right? He needs to be fierce. So we are going with the frowning eyes. And we can add in the details as soon as I get the position right. Since they're both frowning, I just wanted to make sure that both eyes are of the same size and they look natural before I carve in those details. Yeah, it's decent. Details are the same, it's just tracing. If I can do it, you can too. Do it twice and it's almost done, just missing the water icon. I did some quick painting, not that it's required, but they were meant for the Patreon rewards, which unfortunately has been removed, and I will talk about it a little later. Keeping the best for the last, Bulbasaur. I have always loved the way he got caught by Ash when he was upside down and helpless. Like he literally gave up on even struggling. And I'm sure we can all relate to that a little. And that's what I'm going to recreate, but on an egg. Kinda like he got stuck or something. The steps are the same, just use the textures as references for the patterns, Then for the eyes, he is sad obviously cause he's struggling and no one is there to help him. Aww. And all that's left is the grass type symbol. But the next part is not going to be as fun because I'm doing it. It is time for 3D printing preparations. Cause for the sake of painting, it's better to separate some parts of the already simple model. In this case, I removed Bulbasaur from his bulb, so he's just a saw. The point is for you to be able to spray paint easier and reach some otherwise hard to reach areas. For Charmander and Squirtle, I am removing their upper bodies from the egg and we can print. This time I will be printing with my very reliable Formlabs printer because I don't want to risk dealing with any failed prints and spend too much time sanding. Which is funny now cause I already know what happened and I am saying this like I don't. Basically I sanded more in the end. Yeah, sorry, spoiler. Well, it's reliable because I know it will at least print them out fully, which it did, and I was really happy about it, especially when you can't really see the flaws right now because it's still drenched in uncured resin. So at this point in time, I was smiling really proudly. In the printing room, we have a little dirty basin where I do most of the post-processing, like removing the prints, which I still can't do properly apparently. Just throwing them in alcohol to remove the uncured resin and cleaning this small little build plate for future printing. I like to cut the supports off so that I can access the underside of the print and brush them clean. We need to immerse the prints deep inside the alcohol and tilt a little for the alcohol to enter their holes. See these bubbles? That means you are doing it right. Then you need to make sure they come out fully, otherwise it will mess with your painting afterwards. But before we paint, they need to be cured under UV light again for a few minutes. And finally, we can see why these prints suck. I think my Formlabs printer has an issue and I am suspecting the laser processing unit, LPU, which is causing these disgusting vertical lines on the print. I had this issue previously with my Team Allen bars, but it wasn't this serious. And I was actually advised by my local reseller to replace the entire LPU, and guess what? It's $2,000. Wow, I can literally buy 2 new printers from Frozen. Honestly, I am considering, and I still don't know the reason to this failure because my resin tank that I only used twice has a little spot and they advised me not to do a test print with it. So I need a new one, which is really expensive. I want to puke right now and give up so bad. And incidentally, the exact feeling I had when I was sanding these unnecessary flaws. What actually helped me push through, no joke, is the email I got when a new patron supported my channel. And what else to do as you watch me sand but to give a shout out to our lovely supporters. First, our coffee crew. And we have a new coffee crew member, Noramus, with the generous $25. We also got a one-off donation with a lovely message. Not many have the chance to pursue their passion as a career, and I remind myself of that every day to stay grateful. 2 of you also migrated to Patreon. Hey again, Panjo for the Sandpaper tier, and Joe Master for upgrading to the Snip Snap tier. Welcome our 3 new patrons on Patreon. GG for the Sandpaper tier, Hao Yang for the Snip Snap, and apparently my hardcore fan, Felicia. This is the animated name just for you. What an expensive GIF. Thank you all for stepping up when I asked for help. You are the reason why I could endure these crazy amounts of sanding. And here I am trying my hardest to fill the lines up with UV clay, but it didn't work. So I simply went brute force and tried to sand those lines off raw, while trying to avoid removing the detail lines of the eyes. But sometimes it's just unavoidable. We will have to go back in to carve those lines manually. I mean, they look pretty good. What it should have looked like straight off the printer, but it didn't. Of course, in true ZW fashion, the back is as uneven as my face, and I don't give a fuck. Art is the brand of paint I use for the egg, Just multiple layers with the heat gun in between those layers to speed things up. A little messy masking before going in with their respective blue, orange and green. Everything was really going well. The light green bulb looks great. I was happily cleaning my palette with months worth of dried out paint, peeling off the maskings to reveal my bad masking skills, but I was totally okay with cleaning it up with some hand painting. Charmander looks decent, Bulb was okay too. I even went ahead to hand brush the turtle shell, but the last straw was the white paint. It wasn't applying smooth enough on the eyes, and I gave up painting altogether. Don't ask me why, I don't know. I guess Pokemon wasn't creatively challenging enough, and all it took was a little mishap with the white paint. So yeah, no more Pokemon models for my Patreon. Just behind the scenes and tutorials maybe. As an apology, this will be available on my Patreon. Come and grab it. And I will start working on something that is actually fun for me and probably you. Stay tuned.